Hi, Sean, and I'm going to talk about 2050, food in Australia, back to the Foodture. With the increasing pressure on world resources due to climate change and increasing population expected to increase by a further 50% from 7 billion to 9 billion in 2050, Australians, what will they be eating? I've chosen to compare the Australian diet over 100 years, from the post-war baby boom of the 1950s to the projected diet in 2050. Australia, 1950. The war ended in 45. Food rationing had ceased. Men and women had come home and they were optimistic about their future. Most households were maintained with one income as women were encouraged to stay home and give back jobs to the men. The baby boom put enormous pressure on resources to cope with the large population hike. The cookbooks of the 50s show a propensity of Anglo-Saxon food, comprising of meat and 3 veg, with many flour and sugar-based desserts. The protein traditionally coming from lamb, and the vegetables potato, carrot and peas. Large-scale migration provided a labour force to increase the infrastructure across Australia, and with it came Mediterranean influences. Australia continued to make its money off the sheep's back, with open land grazing and cropping, using both food, fodder, hide and wool production. There was little fish in the diet as no large-scale fishing operations had commenced yet, and beef was a luxury commodity. Pre-prepared food started coming onto the shelves. It provided women with extended pantries and longer refrigeration times for the storage of food. Now, it's 2050 and it's Australia. It's expected there will be 529,000 deaths due to increasing population and climate change. Australia, however, is still the lucky country. It will feed its inhabitants, but it will be a changed diet. It's expected that every man, woman and child will have 3,000 calories available to them for daily intake. 2,500 of them will be plant products, 500 animal products. The impact of food production on the environment is already problematic in 2017. The drop in global cereal crop reserves has led to only 30 days worth of world food supplies already. Overfishing of the oceans has led to smaller wild catches. The output from aquaculture industries has had to increase to make up for the shortfall. Production of ruminants such as sheep and cows for our diet requires large quantities of land. Approximately 100 kilo of beef require 0.6 hectares of croplands compared to 0.25 hectares for anything else. Water and energy is increasing in price. Ruminants will still be farmed, but now only on land unsuitable for cropping. However, the reduction of farming with ruminants will have an enormous reduction on greenhouse gas emissions. With decreasing pastures and more efficient food production required, there will be an intensity in production of monogastrics, with large chicken production sites and the development of intensified pig farming, along with more intensive agriculture, hydroponics and horticultural cropping. Due to the decreased land required for food production, producers can move closer to their markets. This will reduce transport costs and increase the freshness of food. Insects such as beetles, caterpillars, crickets, bees, wasps, ants, grasshoppers and locusts, the prawn of the sky, because of their closeness to the prawn industry, can be used as an alternative source of protein. Insect protein is much more efficient than traditional sources such as ruminants and monogastrics. Insects currently supplement the diets of millions of people and have been part of the human diet in Asia for many years. Producers are currently creating animal feed from insects, and development is occurring around the world, incorporating insects into menus and processed food. Food prices will continue to rise, as will the cost of electricity and water. This will lead to a change in diet to more affordable foods, vegetables and non-animal based proteins such as pulses and soya beans. Many Australians will switch to an Asian or vegetarian diet to provide their daily requirement, and those more daring will supplement their diet with insects.